How's everyone doing today? Welcome to our Adapt at Home workouts. Today we've got a core workout here again. Last week we did foundation. This week we're going to focus on our core. A very vital part to our workouts, just as essential as our foundation. Core allows us to do anything that we have, or any challenge that comes before us. This is our independence and our ability to overcome those challenges. So today we've got two separate rounds. First round is going to consist of a lot of seated exercises while we are focusing on our core. Things we're going to need today. So some water to hydrate in between rounds, and then a towel for sweat. And then today, if you've got a 5-pound weight, maybe it's a gallon jug of milk or water, half gallon even works really well too. But we want some of that weight or that resistance today. So if you've got weights, I've got mine here today. I got 5-pound and 10-pound. I've also got a resistance band today. So in round 2, we will introduce a resistance band on what that's going to look like. I've got my simple one here. This is the one I'll be using to do some reach and pulls. I'll demonstrate how to tuck that into a door or a window if you have one close when we get to round 2. But those are some of the things you're going to need today. So some 5-pound, 10-pound weights, 2.5 if that's what you're comfortable with too. I wouldn't go much above that 10. Otherwise, you're really going to be feeling in the core and that resistance band. So let's get started here. Our warm-up today is going to be some jog in place, some straight arm jacks, and our knees to elbows. All right, so 3 rounds, 30 exercises, 30 seconds each. Get ready, and here we go. So jogging in place. Here we go. For those who need to modify, we're just doing some quick steps. And for our wheelies, we're doing some sprinter arms, some arm swings, just getting those arms moving. Let's get some blood flowing here. Get the heart racing and that sweat pouring. It's going to be a good day. I think here in central Indiana, we are getting ready for some storms today. Might be wet this afternoon. All right, let's switch it up. Straight arm jacks. We've had a beautiful week so far. We could use a little rain, kind of cool things off and water some plants. Hope everyone had a great week this past week. It's great to see everybody again. Encourage you to keep moving forward. All right, knees to elbows in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, set it up. 30 seconds. On that last round, we'll swap sides real quick. We'll do 15 seconds on one side, switch it over 15 seconds on the other side. Remember to reach out in front of you. We will be doing this one again in the round 2, the knees to elbows. We'll go a little slower, focusing on tightening that core and not so much the warm-up aspect of it. All right, let's jog it out again. Back to the beginning. On our straight arm jacks, for those who modify, we want to do a step and cheer. I'll demonstrate that one here this time. And for our wheelies out there, we're looking for some arms up. So same motion you're going to do from a straight arm jack, but arms up, bring them down. Going fast here. So step and cheer. So from the step, cheer. Arms up with each step. You're just taking your feet out in front of you, tapping your toes or your heel if you're using prosthetic. A couple more seconds here, and we'll go to knees to elbows. And we're going to reverse it this time. So last time I did my left knee up. This time I'm going to be doing my right knee coming up to my elbows. Here we go. 30 seconds. Once again, remember to reach out above your head. 15 seconds. You guys are doing awesome. This is just a warm up. Get the heart rate pumping. Get the sweat pouring. Maybe breathing a little bit heavier. Warming up those muscles. Getting ready for a good workout. All right, and let's jog it out again. On that knees to elbows, for those who are modifying, we're doing that seated crunch. So I'll demonstrate that one. So briefly here. But as you're sitting down, you're reaching up above your head. And as you're bringing your elbows back down to your knees in that seated crunch, you're tightening your core during that time. So you're going to do it kind of at a fast pace. So I want to focus on getting that right. All right, knees to elbows. So demonstrate here. We'll reach up, we'll come down. We're just going to be doing this motion. Right, reaching up, bring elbows to our knees, focusing on crunching our core, tightening our core when we're done. But back to knees to elbows. We're doing 15 seconds on one side. We're going to switch. 15 seconds on the other side. All right, I'm a little bit behind. Five seconds. All right, good job, guys. Grab some water. Take a 1 minute break here before we get into the next first round. During our break, let's grab some water for hydration after doing our warm up there. So round one is going to consist of 4 rounds, 3 exercises, 30 seconds each. Kind of stick up with this one because we're going to be bumping through these pretty quick. Everything is going to be done from a seated position, but I would encourage you, about a month ago, we did it with pillows. Today, I'm going to encourage you to grab your weights. Grab that 5-pound weight or that 2.5-pound weight to do these. But what we're doing is focusing on core, and just using that weight out in front of us and adding a little bit of resistance. So grab your water for hydration. Grab your chair or bench. Grab your weights. And let's get started. All right, I'll be using a 5-pound weight today. This might seem fairly easy. Straight arms. So arms out in front of us, holding that weight. We're going to go up above our head. As we go up above, we are stretching out our core. Breathing in. And then as we bring our weights back down, that's when we want to tighten our core and breathe out. All right. So these are going to be very slow motions as we do this. Probably only get 5 to 7 raises out of this during the time, during these 30 seconds. And then when we switch to arm extensions, we're holding it out in front of us, keeping our core engaged the entire time, and we're just slowly bringing the weight in and out. So you're going to feel this in your shoulders, but also in your core. Really make sure you keep that core tight during the time. Straight arm with core twist. So once again, we're holding the weight out here, and we're just twisting side to side. This needs to be a very slow motion, slow and controlled. But as we're doing this, keeping our core tight and engaged. All right. Seat. Back straight. Arms out in front of us. Grab your weight. Here we go. 30 seconds. Arms up. Straight arms up. If you want to count it out, you should be able to get about 5 seconds. And then you're here. You're going up. 3, 4, 5. You can get 5 seconds to 7 seconds. Up, stretch, come back down and engage that core. 1 more. Come back down. On this one now, we're going to stay here and we're going to come in and out. Make sure you keep your core engaged during this time. 5 pounds doesn't seem like a lot, but at the end of 4 rounds of this, your shoulders are going to be screaming, your core is going to be screaming. 5 pounds is plenty. If you want to add more or you want to drop down, feel free to do that. There's nothing that says you have to stick with the weight the entire time. You're working out at home by yourself. You're the only ones keeping yourself accountable for this. So if you want to grab a 10-pound weight to begin with, and at the end change it up, only you will know. If you're feeling strong at the end of this end of the 3rd round and going to that 4th round, and you want to jump from that 5-pound up to that 10-pound, go for it. All right, let's go with the twist. This one is not about how far you rotate, just enough to engage the obliques. and some of those deeper muscles in your core. All right. Come back to the beginning. Drop the weight down. Rest your shoulders for a second. There we go. Round 2. Arms up. Count this out. 1, 2, 3, and back down. 4, 5, 6, and up. 1, 2, 3, and back down. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Stretch those core and engage. Bring it back down. Going up. Stretch, breathing in. Engage, breathing out, 1 down. I got 1 more. And engage, coming down. All right. In and out. Chest thrust. Keep that core tight. Engage the muscles. Bring the weight to your chest. And extend the arms out. Continuously keeping that core engaged and tight. Try and keep the shoulders back on this too. Don't round your back. The minute you round your back, your core muscles are not engaged anymore. You start to relax those muscles. And you start using more of your shoulders and your hips. You're not using the muscles that you really want to be using. Now we're going to switch it up and go to our rotations here. Core twists. Here we go. Remember to go slow and controlled. I got the AC cranked in here and I'm still sweating like crazy. It's a good workout. Doesn't seem like a lot, but you'll feel it. Do 2 more. For some reason, I always like to take a slight pause right at neutral when I come back to center. All right, and relax. Shake your arms out a little bit. Relax those shoulders. Start round 3 here in just a second. Feeling this 5-pound weight. Arms out. Here we go. Going with straight arms up. Breathing in on the way up. Stretching the core. Engage on the way back down. So nice and slow. Keep it controlled. Keep it engaged. Stretch on the way up. And back down. Engage the core. If you're still maintaining that 6-second repetition, we have 2 more to do. Last one. Breathe in and stretch. And down and engage. All right. Chest press. Here we go. Arm extensions. Breathe in. Core tight. Shoulders back. Extend the arms. And then contract. Still trying to maintain that 6-second repetition. So whether you're ambulatory, use a prosthesis, or you're in a wheelchair, core exercises are part of our foundation, part of the foundational exercises that we do. I'm going to send up the twists now. And they're extremely important for overcoming any of the challenges that life presents in front of us as we're going around our communities, overcoming some of those challenges, maybe pursuing something new we haven't done ever before, or getting into something we haven't done in a long time. You know, like that core strength, just to walk or roll around comfortably with the knowledge and confidence that we can overcome whatever's ahead of us. It starts with our core and our foundation. That's why we spend so much time during these workouts. In our warm-ups, we're working on core. During our foundation workouts, We're working on core. We have a full exercise, full workout that's dedicated on core, and even in our one of them upper body and shoulders. There's still some core exercise. All right, bring it in. Relax. Last round. If you're feeling adventurous, I'll join you here. Grab that 10-pound weight. Don't quit. Don't cry. Let's go. I tell myself that. All right, arms out in front of you. Here we go. Arms up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Contract the core. Arms up. Breathe in. And down. Contract the core. If you're still using a pillow, continue to do that. It's very important that you are not pressured into doing something more than you feel comfortable doing. Stay where you're comfortable at. Continue to progress. Continue to get stronger. You adjust. You continue to improve as you feel comfortable. Another one to do with these, if you're not using a pillow, you want to use a broomstick, holding that broomstick out in front of you. It's really good to do that as well. All right, last one. Into that chest press. Two more. Getting into some rotations here. Some core twist. All right, hold it out in front of you. The natural response is to want to speed up if you've grabbed a heavier weight. We'll try and remember to go slow and controlled. And then we start speeding up beyond our comfort zone. Is the minute we lose that focus, we start using other muscles to overcompensate, and we're not engaging the muscles that we really want to be. So it's important that you stay slow and controlled. Last one. Good job, guys. It's end of round one. Grab some water. Take a minute break here. Grab a towel to wipe off some sweat if you're like me. I feel like you feel it running down your face. All right. Round two. 4 rounds. 3 exercises. 30 seconds once again. Today on round 2, we're going to be doing some reach and pulls. So I talked in the beginning about grabbing that resistance band. I'm going to show you how to set that up in the window, in a door frame, or if you have the beams above your head, how to use those as well. So I'll show that one. So that reach and pull, some seated twists. We're also going to use that resistance band for that. So I'll demonstrate that one as well. And then knees to elbows. Knees to elbows is just a standing or seated exercise. Either way, no equipment is needed for that one. So our resistance band, I have handles on mine. You can pick these up at Dick's Sporting Goods. I think Meijer or Walmart, Target also has some decent resistance bands. Amazon's got a great selection of some loop bands and some resistance bands for really cheap. If you're involved in physical therapy, a lot of physical therapy departments will hand out the resistance bands that don't have the handles on the end of it. They are just a basic band like this one. They come in different resistance strengths, different colors that indicate those levels. But grab your resistance band in a window. You have a sliding window that's up and down. Drop the top one down. So open it up, drop the top down. If you have the handle on it, tuck the handle on the outside, raise the window up, locking it in place. If you have a resistance band, tie a knot in it, slide that outside the window, push the window up, lock it in place. You can also do the same thing from seated on the floor and using the bottom side of the window. In a door, same thing. Shut the handle on the outside of the door, close it in there. If you have a band without the handles on it, tie it in a knot, throw it on the outside. I'm going to be using, for the sake of video, I'm going to be using the beams that I have available. On that reach and pull, I'm going to be coming from a knee position. I'm going to be reaching up above my head and coming down on this side, on the opposite side. So this is what we're focusing on here, is our obliques. Well, I'm going to show both sides here for amputees. What we're going to want to do for below the knee amputees If we are wearing that sleeve, we don't necessarily want to put our knee directly on the ground for the fear of puncturing that sleeve. So I will take my prosthetic off in order to do those properly. But what we're looking at here is we're looking to come from overhead. We're looking to come down, contract our obliques on our sides over here, and then relax and come up. So that is your basic reach and pull. Not so much the arms and shoulders, but we're focusing on our core engagement. We're going to start and go ahead and do 30 seconds of these, because for our seated twist, we'll switch that up and we'll go to a different resistance band. As we're crunching this down, bringing our elbow down, and focusing on engaging that core, engaging those obliques, tightening those muscles up, holding it for a second, and coming back. 5 more seconds. Once again, slow and controlled. All right. Let's switch it up. All right, now that we just finished up our reach and pulls for the resistance band above our heads, coming down, working on our obliques, we're going to come down and we're going to sit on the floor in front of us. Last week, or the last time we did core, we had our pillows and we switched and we transferred our pillow from side to side. Today, we're going to be using those weights that we did again. And we're going to be increasing that weight, trying to make it a little tougher for us in this advanced or intermediate section. So, immediate workout. So grab your 5-pound weight. We're just taking it and shifting it side to side. Drop the weight on one side, come back over, touch that side where the weight just was. Reach back to the other side, grab your weight, transfer it back, reach back over, tap the ground, grab the weight, just keep twisting like this. So we're just going to keep doing that. This one can be fairly quick. "30 seconds of this. Next, we've got knees to elbows. So from a standing position, just like our warm-up, knees to elbows, this is much slower, much more controlled. We're going to get into that right now. For wheelies or modified version, just make sure you go nice and slow. For modified, it's the same as ambulatory. But for wheelies, as we're seated in our wheelchairs, if you've got the ability and the core strength to reach down and touch your toes, take your opposite hand to opposite toe and sit back up. If you're not able to engage the core quite like that, as you come down, use your hand on your knee. So right hand, right knee. Allow yourself to go down nice and slow and then push yourself back up. Do what you can to try and focus a little bit on that core. Keep back straight and shoulders back. That's what you're going to be wanting to focus on. But we'll get into knees to elbows here. All right, so feet shoulders apart. We're going to turn kind of that lunge position. We're just going to bring knees up to elbows, bring our elbows back. While we're doing this, we're focusing on engaging that core and contracting it during this time. So 30 seconds. When you're extending out, make sure to get those elbows and those arms up and reach out. More seconds. All right, good job. Go back into that reach and pull. And this time, we're gonna be focusing on the other side. So I'm gonna come down, reach up above, and pull that resistance band down, focusing on engaging our obliques. Trying to count this out. I have my clock in front of me. From here, we'll twist and go right back onto the ground. And get ready for some seated twists. All right, let's set it up. And transfer. Here we go. Nice little way to make this move a little more advanced, even without increasing the weight, still keeping the depth pillow or a 5-pound weight if you want to. Take your feet off the ground. Remember to engage the core. Keep it nice and tight. Uncross your feet. Definitely can. Quite a bit more difficult. You'll feel it in every part of your abs. Last one. Nice job. Set it up other side for knees to elbows. Good way to tell on whether or not you've got your core engaged during this exercise. If you don't have your core engaged, there's a good chance you're going to be falling all over the place, trying to catch yourself. Cool. Having a nice, tight, engaged core helps with our balance. All right, good job. Next round of reach and pulls. This time I'm going to be taking my prosthesis off. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Remember to keep your shoulders back on this one. I'm not focusing on lats here and pulling down. I'm trying to focus on obliques. So our upper body, our shoulders want to stay kind of in a T position or in a lock position. Focus on engaging that core, engaging those obliques. Get into round 3 here. All right, go ahead and set up for some twist. Getting into the third part of this round. Hopefully the sweat's still rolling for you. Hopefully you're feeling it. That's that core, those abs. Ten more seconds. I'm gonna put prosthetic back on, jump back up, getting some knees to elbows. All right, good job. Jump back up. All right, let's go. Here we go. Remember to keep that core engaged and continue to contract it. more seconds. I'll set it up for the fourth part of this round. Today for our advanced round, which will be coming up after this next segment, we're gonna do a little challenge. We got 3 minutes. See if you can hold a plank, whether you're on your hands or your elbows. See if you can hold that plank for 3 minutes. All right. Back down to some reach and pulls. So yeah, that challenge, it's not going to be easy. For those of you who do planks all the time, this will probably be a walk in the park. For some of us who don't, 3 minutes is a long time. Got to go with what you're comfortable though. So you can do a minute, do the minute, and take a break and relax and set it up for cool down. Got 10 more seconds here. All right. A set of twists. It's challenging. Feet off. See, another way you want to do it, if you want to take the weight and just transfer it back and forth each time, you can. So, challenge yourself a little bit if you want. Ten more seconds. Good job. All right, stand back up. Last set of these elbows. Here we go. Remember to keep that core engaged. There it is. 5 more seconds. Good job. All right, grab some water, take a break. Got 1 minute and then we'll get into our planks. Get timer set up so I know. Watch it 3 minutes, good. Something we don't talk about or haven't talked about. The best way to do these workouts. Now that we've gone through a complete set of beginner exercises and we're into week 2 of our intermediate exercises, what we really want to look at doing is we want to do exercises 3 to 5 times a week. We've got 4 groups of exercises that you can do, 4 exercises, 4 days worth of exercises that you can do on a repetition and continue to do them. So how you do that, talk to your physician, talk to your doctor, make sure that cardio-wise and cardiovascular-wise and health-wise, you're capable of doing these. But also maybe talk to your physical therapist and see how to best implement some of these workouts. Whether you're doing a cardio and a foundation the same day, or you're doing an exercise or a workout every single day. Find a way to implement them into your weekly routine and to continue to progress. So for me, when I started out, it was those first 4 groups of exercises every week for about 2 months. And then I started to get into some more intermediate stuff and I changed things up a little bit. And I did that for about 6 weeks until I started to get into some more advanced stuff. That was before I built the confidence to get back into the gym and start pursuing some heavier free weights and some more resistance bands. But since we've been on this isolation and these stay-at-home orders, now that we're starting to relax a little bit, it was a great opportunity for myself to get back to some of those foundations, that fundamental stuff. And so this has really helped me to stay in shape here at home during this time, but also helped me to strengthen some of the weaknesses that I've had that I haven't really focused on in a while. So these workouts are great. Keep implementing them into your daily and weekly routines, and you're going to watch things progress, and you're going to watch yourself get stronger. Your confidence is going to go up, and you're going to be able to overcome those challenges you see every single day. So let's set up and get ready for that plank. And then we'll get into our cool down, which I'm looking for. Let's set it up here. Traditionally, a plank, feet shoulder width apart, hands shoulder width apart. And just engage that core. Try and stay as flat as a board. And we'll get started here. Let's slip it. Not any good. Oh, okay. Starting now, 3 minutes. Here we go. Whether you're doing them on your hands or you drop down to your elbows, both of which perfectly fine. If you want to challenge yourself, if you're not able to do a plank, but you want to still take on the challenge, the way to do it is elbows and knees. Just start there. Every few minutes or every few seconds, raise back up onto your toes from your knees to your toes. Hold it there for a few seconds and then drop back down to your knees and elbows. And after about 10 seconds, raise it back up, back onto your toes. I don't think I'm going to last this 3 minutes. My shoulders and the core are not feeling it. We're 50 seconds into it, almost a minute. If at any point you need to drop to a knee and rest and then get back into it, by all means do that. I know I'm going to. We're at a minute 15. Doing great. Oh, wrists are hurting. Elbows. Minute 30. Halfway. We're 2 minutes in. 1 minute to go. You guys are doing awesome. Yep. Knee down. Rest on shoulder. All right, back up. We got 45 seconds. Let's do this, guys. You guys can do this. When you're watching the show, 60 seconds flies by. When you're doing exercises, it seems like an eternity. Engage the core. Keep it tight. All right, 20 seconds. Here we go. Five seconds. 2, 1. All right, drop it down. Nice job, guys. Those are not fun. All right, we'll get into our cool down here. Feet shoulder width apart. Breathe in. Reach up. And down. Reach up. Breathe in. Breathe out. And down. Breathe in. Arms up. Breathe out. And the arms down. All right. Breathe in. We're going to bend forward here. Try and stretch out the lower back, hamstrings. Those of us who are ambulatory, you can reach down and touch your toes. Touch the ground. Reach there for a second. Slowly come back up. Keep the backs arched. Slowly roll up. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, arms down. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, arms down. All right. This one up. We're gonna drop it down and try and touch the ground again. For wheelchairs, for wheelies, Same thing. In that seated position, reach forward, grab your toes, round that back a little bit. Okay, round the back and come up. Breathe in, arms up. Breathe out, arms down. All right, now let's go ahead and have a seat on the ground. We're going to get into what's called a cobra, and we're going to stretch out our core. So come into that plank position, hips on the ground. We're going to use our elbows, our arms, push our upper body, our shoulders up and back a little bit. Try and keep your hips on the ground. Stretch out that core and just relax. All right, come back down. Push up again. Come back down. This is the last one, and we're done. Push back up. All right, grab some water. Stay hydrated. Nice workout today, guys. If you have questions or comments, or want to know anything else, maybe some other moves, leave a comment. I'll try and respond as much as I can. Reach out to RHI. They'll be happy to help. They'll get in touch with me as well. Look me up on Facebook, social media, Instagram, any of those. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you.